Hello, I'm Jayashree, and I'd like to share with you my experience at the age of 61 of being a hostelite in Edinburgh, Scotland, United Kingdom. So, it's not the first time I've stayed in a hostel. I have stayed in a hostel at the age of 28 for nearly a year when I was undergoing training in the earlier part of my career. I also stayed in a hostel for 7 days in Edinburgh in 1998 when I was at a conference at the Edinburgh International Convention Centre. So this was my perhaps third uh, experience of staying in a hostel, again in Edinburgh, but a totally different location. So I had looked in the internet and I had found there are two different hostels, the Kick-Ass Greyfriars Hostel and the Kick-Ass Grass Market Hostel. These are both in the center of the city, and I wanted to stay in the center because my work would be easier. If I stay in the outskirts, it's more difficult because I will have to commute by bus or by tram every day, and I will lose time. I had very limited time in Edinburgh. So, this was the reason I wanted to stay for one day in a hostel. So let's see what happened in the hostel for me. My experience, because when you get older, it's not so easy to stay in, let us put it, a more challenging kind of environment. This is the Kick-Ass Greyfriars Hostel, which is there, and in this particular hostel, they had a variety of rooms, but as my decision to come to Edinburgh was quite late, I was able to get only a mixed dorm. They do have women only dorm, but they were all booked, and they do have two bed rooms also, but those also get booked very fast. So if you're planning to go to Edinburgh, it'd be a good idea to plan even a year in advance if you want those rooms. And they do group bookings like that. It's mainly meant for the student community or backpackers. So I had come over here to this hostel, and like I said, it's right. Its location is fabulous. It's right in the middle of the Edinburgh uh, city and very convenient. So I would definitely say for location, this is an excellent place. And then this is the way how you enter inside the hostel. As soon as you go inside, there's a reception on your right. Behind that is you can keep your luggage if you have big suitcases. The problem with a hostel like this is it's not going to be very friendly to me because I have got osteoarthritis and this place has got a lot of staircases. But okay, it's a challenge. Let's take it. So you can see that there's a maze of staircases through which we have to go in order to reach the room. Even more interesting than this was that I got a, a dormitory room in which both the males and females can be allotted space. So that was another interesting situation. I was not in an all-female dormitory. This is how the room looked. It was having like, it just reminded me of train in India. If you're going in the second class and a bit better than that maybe, but close enough to that. So I was very lucky and fortunate that they did not put me on the upper berth. Otherwise, I would have had a lot of problems. So I did get the lower berth. There's some small cupboards which you can see over here where they allowed you to keep your things. But as such, there are no curtains, and all your things just we keep it on the ground or around us. There's no special place to actually keep things. So here you can see me. The bed is adequate. I wouldn't say it was a bad one. It was quite neat and tidy. And one of the problems with the kick-ass Greyfriars for someone like me is that, of course, I mean, it's true of most hostels that it has common toilets and bathrooms. Of course, for women and men, it's separate. But uh, I didn't feel I could have a shower over there. I didn't feel comfortable. And but the toilets and bathrooms were pretty clean. The only thing is, I got very surprised looks from the young girls in the uh, who have come to use the facilities because they were like, "What is she doing over here?" So it was amusing to me. So next day morning, I got up pretty early. The night was okay because just two people came and they came and they slept off. It's not allowed to talk after certain time or make noise or put lights on and disturb. So the hostel rules means that you can have a comfortable night's sleep. Nobody is going to disturb you. Early in the morning, I don't know if it was jet lag or whether I just got up early in the morning, but I suddenly found that I am awake pretty early, by around 5 o'clock. And one of the things is there's no kettles like you get in the five stars, so I can't make myself a cup of tea. And the one thing I need to become a human being is to have a cup of tea in the morning. So I went down and I asked the receptionist, and he was like, nothing opens till 7 and you have a coupon. You have to use that coupon and eat around 7:30 or so. So I was a little bit taken aback with that. So I wondered, what do I do now? So I decided to go out and go for a walk. It's very nice to see so early in the morning the streets of Edinburgh because, like you can see in the picture, it's totally deserted. This is the road which is going up and is known as the Victoria Street, and it's also referred to as a Diagon Alley in the Harry Potter stories. This is a view of Grass Market. So this area is extremely popular. It's got lots of pubs and eateries, and it's a very bubbling place in the center of Edinburgh, where people like to come and generally hang out. So again, one of the streets from the Kick-Ass Greyfriars, completely deserted early in the morning. At the corner of the Candlemaker Row, we have the Grey Friars Bobby Bar, and opposite it, we have a statue of a little dog. The little dog, Bobby, used to belong in the 19th century to a gentleman. When he died, the dog was very faithful and stayed by his grave for 14 years. So, this was the legend of the little dog. And they have built a little statue. And one of the problems is everybody wants to touch the nose of the doggy and it gets spoiled. So, Greyfriars Bobby gives ale and Scottish food, but it's closed early in the morning. This is one of the major places where people like to come when they come to Edinburgh. This is the tower entrance of the National Museum of Scotland. This museum is really a must see if you go to Edinburgh. It's extremely vast and has not only got a lot of historical information about places of the world, but also an entire section which is devoted to Visit Scotland. It also has a section which is about science. So I really enjoyed the visit, but I think you need a lot of time to see the entire museum. Mainly, I can say 3 to 4 days, and even then, I'm not sure if you will be able to see the whole museum. This was also, of course, closed early in the morning. I found a little hotel called the Grass Market Hotel. This hotel is very nice, but more upmarket and expensive than the Kick-Ass Greyfriar Hostel. This was luckily open, and the receptionist was kind enough to permit me to enter and make coffee, of course, on payment. But it was nice also to find out that he was an original resident of Tanzania. As I had just come back from Tanzania, it was nice and a bit of a coincidence for me to run into someone like that. This is inside the Grass Market Hotel where they have a big table. Behind it, there's a library and there's a coffee machine and some sofas and seating. So there's also a mural on the wall of the Grass Market area. I was able to grab my cup of coffee, which was very, very nice early in the morning. At last, a refreshing cup of coffee outside. It's, like I said, very grey. It's raining and there was also, it's quite cold. but a nice hot cup of coffee was very welcome. And I was now ready to have my next set of adventures in Edinburgh. And it's a really beautiful city. And I can just say I just fell in love with Edinburgh all over again. After my 1998 visit, this was absolutely a fabulous place to visit. Edinburgh is challenging for people in terms that the roads are cobbled. It's an extremely walkable city, and so put on your walking shoes and enjoy. It's a good experience, and I hope that I'll have many little adventures like this, and I will be able to share them with all of you. Thank you.